Welcome everyone to a brand new Let's Play. This time we're doing Stellaris. This has been a favorite of mine since Paradox released this a few years ago, and we are starting this after their release of the Nemesis expansion, which I just literally picked up, so I'm going to be exploring this completely new with all of you. I am missing the Federation pack, so this is not completely whole, as well as a few of the other race pack that I'm missing. You can see it right here. I've got well over half of the DLC they have offered, but the Federation I don't have, as well as a couple, apparently a story pack and a couple of species pack. But it's what it is. This, for the longest time, has been one of my most favorite games to play, especially in the lines of like Diablo or Path of Exile. This is just one of those things to where one of those games I can just put on and play in the background and enjoy without having to really think on this. Mind you, I've got over 500 hours in this game and have never won a single game as it stands, but it's still one of my favorite. We're going to go ahead and just do a new species here because why not? That's half the fun. We'll go ahead and hide all the unowned content. Shrink this down a bit, and I think what we'll do, we're just going to go through and get some of the ones that I find favorable. Do some random stuff here, being I don't have much else. Will be the Tuxkan. Why not? Ship prefix. Some of these other ones. Sure. Okay, now this one's going to be the real tricky one. What do we want trait-wise? This is going to be how we function in regards to our species overall. And I'm trying to figure out, because I'm always one for research. That's always been my number one thing, is going with research. But I don't know if that's what we're going to want this time around. I also don't know what all has changed, so that's going to be a big issue left. Do you think we'll go weak so we have an extra trait point? I think we'll go that. I think we'll go ahead and do 1. Now usually we'll go with 2, or the intelligent here, for that boost on all of the researchers. But I'm thinking we'll just go ahead and do 1. I think we'll go ahead and we'll do the physics. As far as all of those. So we'll be weak, we'll have weaker army damage, we'll be faster population growth, and we'll be good at physics. Again, we'll just do some randoms here. And this is kind of me in my mindset in regards to how I play this game, is what do I want to pick. Just random is kind of what I go with. But I usually will stick with like a dry climate planet, or I'll go with continental world, which is very Earth-like. I think with this one being we're a reptilian race, we'll go with a dry climate desert world type deal. Let's see here. I'll just stick with a reptilian theme. Now this is one that's, I think, is a little confusing, is the origins on this. How do we get to the stars? I know this will set up a lot of things that will happen with us. One world's a Gaia world, start off Tomb World. Dormant Gateway in the house. Might do with that one. Second species, no. Machinists would be 8 robots. Start the game with 4 additional pops and 2 additional districts. Nah, I think we'll go and we'll start with a galactic doorstep. Having that gateway will help us with travel later on, I think. Government wise, I don't want to do corporate. I think let's start with X wise. I think what we'll do, we'll do authoritarian, I think we'll hit these three. Or at least those two. We'll do that. Now for this. Imperial. I'm sorry, that's always one that I've enjoyed. You know, that gives us an extra edict capacity for various tools we put down. And on top of that, it's going to give us a full lifespan with the leader as opposed to being voted out every few years. Now, what do we want for our civics ideals? No idea what that would do. We don't want to be barbarians. Bureaucrats also create one unity and stability. That's not bad. Waives all influence costs, or except for colony abandonment, politics, distinguished admiralty. We'll go with the efficient bureaucracy. That way we have better administrators. It rules regards to the game negative traits. Rules life for cap +2. I think we'll go with that. Why not? Keep with that there. Sure. Tuxkan Star Dynasty. Why not? Again, this is just a very easy. We're just going to get right into the game as quick as we can. Let's do that with the circle. Why not? Black and red. As you can tell, I'm very easy to please. I think we'll even go with a new ship type because I think that's going to be part of the expansion that just got picked up. And the name's not going to be too much. This guy will eventually die off, obviously. But yeah, it's going to be a very... Save that for later. But yeah, very basic setup. We have efficient bureaucracy, so we won't have as much resources spent as we expand through the galaxy. We're Philosopher King, so that we have a higher ruler cap and that we won't be as likely to gain negative traits for our overall ruler as well as the governors for the various areas. We are authoritarian, we are militaristic, and we are materialist, so we're very greedy. Well, at least that's the idea. We'll see how it goes. I think, though, we're done at this point. We're going to go ahead. We will keep with a huge galaxy size because that just makes it easy. AI Empires 15. We're going to reduce to flying up to 2 and 2 Marauder Empires. I think the rest we're just going to hold off on that because why not? We'll just make it easy. So, yeah, we'll get into this. This is one of those games, I think, part of the reason why I enjoy it so much is because you have such a randomness to it in regards to what pops for you. And again, I've played this since the first release of the game happened. I don't even remember how many years ago. Back when you had choices as to what kind of light speeds you had and whatnot, which they have since gotten rid of, which in a way makes sense, but also makes it a bit more difficult. I miss being able to have the warp gates or whatnot, or not be restricted to the hyperlane travel, but it makes sense as to why they did it, to make it a bit more even for everyone. Alright, so let's see. Mysterious construct in our solar system was discovered a few hundred years ago due to its stark metallic properties. The artifact was named the Black Crown. Ooh, good name. Majesty's presence has been profound effect on our society. It unified our people, both in spirit and pursuit. Spaceflight became highest priority. Black Crown turned out to be dormant, but we learned an important lesson. It's not the destination that matters, it's the journey. Truly philosophical right there. And by now, thanks to the beckoning call of Black Crown, our species means we have...
Peace be with you, your majesty. I am Veer.
No,
be
no
reasonable.
tutorial. No, thank you. Go away. Ooh, that's sensitive. Okay, so, to start off with, let's see where we're at galaxy-wise. Down kind of in the bottom, very bottom of the map here, not too bad. We're going to have quite a lot to explore once we get out to here. I think what we'll do is we'll start by getting our science ship up to here. Get it to ping a bunch of these star systems. So I start creating a bubble there. We're just going to send the starship or the science ship out for the time being. Get back to our home system. Construction ship. We're going to go ahead and jump in to get a power station. We're going to have to make sure that we have plenty of power because that's always going to be an issue later on. Mineral-wise, I don't think we're going to be as hard on that because it does seem like we have a few good miners here already. Let's see, for this, as I literally just said, we're going to have an energy issue later, so opening up this energy grid is going to be a huge bonus for us. That's going to give us, I believe, a 10% energy credits per technician, and that's going to be a major boon on any of the electricity or energy producing plants that we do. We'll do up our science research as opposed to doing off-world training or ground defense. So we'll do want to grab this before too long, being we do have weaker armies, so getting the boost there will be helpful. And I think we'll even jump into doing improved on our mining as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I don't remember what we have our new air. That's for tracks there. Okay, plus and minus. Yeah, it's. I actually haven't played this in about the past 2-3 years. I've missed out on the past couple of expansions and patches, so a lot of this is going to be fairly new to me. Like the intel, I know that's going to be a new thing. Is there anything out on that yet?
Construction complete.
See already. Artifacts individually. Oh, we've already found our
Situation log updated.
That really happened fast. So yeah, apparently at 3 clicks, we've already been through like 3 months, and we've already made a whole lot more stuff. So I think in that aspect, we're going to go ahead and grab our extra research. First contract protocols. This is a new one. Our recent encounter in life forms has reignited and made sudden more urgent the old debate on how we should approach contacting any potentially intelligent alien civilizations we may meet. While some advocate focusing on establishing friendly reactions as quickly as possible by contacting them, measures of peace, others advise caution. The more radical group pushes for preemptive actions against them. Wise to be cautious. We don't know what we're going to run into again quite yet. We could run into either complete pacifists, or we could run into a marauder group and be completely wiped off. We don't know what's going to happen. One thing we will do is go ahead and jump into our shipyard, get a couple extra corvettes, I think. Okay, one extra corvette, because we only have 3 right now, and being able to have the extra is going to help us remain secure should we run into anyone that we don't want to meet. Okay, so precursors are the Eurasians, so we'll have to see if we can pick those guys up. We're sitting 17th out of 15, 17 groups. Well, I mean, obviously 17 because we're probably at the very bottom of them. See where we
Construction complete.
The slightest warning, mysterious alien gateway in our home system come alive, and should pulse out from the artifact, and our fleeting moment was glowing, vibrating orb filled the center of the structure. May not be so dormant. The gateway was open for no longer than a few seconds. It was enough. Let through some space debris. Ooh, we got some extra alloys. Yay! We'll go ahead and we'll. Huh. Oh, maybe because I'm. Oh, that's right, the name doesn't actually do it. Okay, so we'll let that build up there. Ooh, they even redone the buildings, it looks like. Interesting. So yeah, this is... Here we have our primal capital colony world, which is right here, the Rothak, if that's what you want to call it.
Construction complete.
Pause that there. So we do have an extra building space currently down in here. I am going to probably wait. Ooh, they even changed the district layout. This is new. Used to be you had to make specific buildings to build consumer goods. These ones right here. Because basically these are what help keeps your population happy because, you know, they need things to consume. So, but this used to be you have to make a factory, one of these buildings down here, in order to create those consumer goods. Looks like alloys too. It looks like that does both for 12 minerals. So yeah, okay. Population-wise, we don't have anyone completely available as of yet. Doing a bit of clerical up work there. What do we have actual building slot-wise? Administrative, alloy. Okay, so yeah, here's the alloy factory, which would just take the minerals straight and produce alloys, as opposed to the industrial factory, which would do both the alloy and the consumer goods for just a lot less value. The civilian industry, I think, minerals into consumer goods. Again, that's almost double what this is doing, but that's just going straight into that one ideal. I think overall we're gonna wait there. Let our resources build up some, though with that much alloy, go straight into a couple more corvettes.
Star system charted.
Yay! Okay, without doubt, that's right. Biosphere is not something unique to Rothak. Basically, reaching out to see what hyperworlds you can find. We'll take it because that'll give us extra bonuses later. Now with that, we can actually go and claim that area for ourselves. Like coming home. Now I know this has been a real popular game for a lot of people. This is it's so simple, it's so beautiful that it's hard not to pick up and play. There's our Empire Sprawl right there. We have our first tradition. Presence of pre-space aliens. Okay. So that'll give us extra society. So with these here, these are going to give us extra perks on our civilization here. And I think what we'll do is we'll go with my normal. And we'll go into discovery for our anomaly research speed for whenever we find those. And then eventually that'll give us our research speed overall, as well as, you know, increased service speed, better overall, basically just overall research. Each of those civics, just to give an overview, you know, very much go in line with what they're saying. Discovery helps with our research. Harmony helps with our overall population control. Prosperity is income. Domination, supremacy, both are very more towards war, where diplomacy is being friends with others, and then our expansion is to help expand our borders outwards. Scientific, favorite part in intelligence, alien life. I mean, be couple. More reactions in regards to finding the pre-industrial age, or whatever you want to call. Okay, these guys are in the machine age down here. So they're primitive. Don't have much. We'll be able to eventually watch them. Once again, Lumber Gateways Come Alive this time was not a boon, rather a bane. Ooh, something nasty came through. We just gained a level. Now I'm glad we have the extra firepower.
Attacking enemy vessels. Star system charted.
So we'll definitely have to keep some. Yeah, we're there. Nothing actual research. I'm surprised. I figured we would have gotten something. We'll just have to keep our eye then on that. And we have a strategic resource of dark matter. We'll find about, I think, 6 forms of special resources that we can grab. Dark matter is being
Star system charted.
I think what we'll do is we'll run up here, grab that. Part of what we're going to need to make sure is we secure our borders with extra starports, which are just going to be our star bases here. Star bases are what we're going to be using in each of these systems to expand our borders like we've done here. Those star bases can be upgraded to higher star stations or just space stations or whatever you wish to call them, that will have increased firepower and armor and whatnot to defend our borders coming in. They're not perfect, they're especially against a very large fleet, but against smaller vassals or whatnot, they can be pretty useful.
Anomaly found.
There's our first anomaly. It's routine. We'll go ahead and research that one, actually. That doesn't seem to be too bad. Researchers will give us either bonuses to a planet, or they will unlock areas outside of what we've explored already to give us even higher bonuses. So researching those is always a bonus.
Complete.
Or always a boon for us. Okay, so that one's in there. We're going to go ahead and we'll do the observation outpost. So we start getting the observation outposts are nice because what they'll do is they'll give us a improved amount of research for our society by watching basically what's down on there, and we can do things like manipulate what happens on the world and see what happens from a distance. Not that they'll figure us out, not at all, not like it's happened in New Mexico or other parts of the world. Yeah. Okay, so seeing a gigantic skeleton, been super old.
Situation log updated.
In which case, that's going to give us a research ideal. Okay, so what we can do then is then set this guy to come back to do the research project there, and that will give us, I believe, a boost to our engineering, maybe? One of the two. So yeah, lots to figure out on this map here, and I, for one, am looking forward more or less to the intel. I wonder what it'll do when I select that. Okay, it doesn't do anything at the moment. I'm looking to see what will happen.
Construction
once,
complete.
We get to that point where we use it, because I've never used the whole intel ideal, so I have no idea what that will do for us. Okay, the mining station's going there. Okay, yeah, see here, we've done our observation outpost here for that pre-machine age, or that machine age group that's there. So they haven't hit space flight, they haven't done much else, but what we can do is we can watch, and we're getting this 8 society research here going right now, and that's just with us passively observing. We can upgrade to aggressive observation, which will create more research coming in, but it will influence their world. Then we can indoctrinate them, which is going to basically allow them to be more like us when they finally get to eventual space flight, because they will eventually upgrade and become another empire in the galaxy. What we have down here is a couple perks to where we could go in there and make them either bring them up to a status like us, as I just described, or we can infiltrate them so that we basically can influence their world that much more, but we don't have anywhere near the ability to do so. If we had active native studies, maybe. I think we're just going to leave that as is for the time being. We're not going to do too much more with them. We do have another one of the traditions already. We're going to jump up to the survey speed 1 as well to get this one science just a bit faster.
Star system charted.
Okay, that one's going to be challenging. It's going to be a lot longer, and we are going to have a risk as to failing on that one. So we're going to leave that be for now. We can leave the anomalies aren't going to take that. They're not going to go anywhere once you've discovered them. Once you discover the anomaly, they'll just sit there, and if you can have them in your borders, they'll sit there safely so that others can't research them before you. That will ensure that you get the bonus regardless of whether or not you wait and do it later or do it now. You'll always have that bonus. Just, you know, I can stack, you know, this entire area here with anomalies, and if I can't go any further out, then I can go back and I can grab all of those with my high level scientists, because each of the leaders that you get, let me see where they are here. All of our leaders are going to have various levels as to what they have learned with their time on us, from our governors handling our planet to our scientists to admirals, which will help deal with our space fleets, our naval fleets, if you want to call them that, and then eventually our generals for our land-based troops. They'll all gain experience as things go on. Like these right here are our engineering, physics, and societal research scientists that do this directly, and over time they're just building up this experience where they've almost hit over into their next level, which will increase their research output overall for each of these items. Whereas this one here is the scientist assigned to our science ship, which is going out there and providing us all of this information for these star sectors or systems, or however what you want to explain on those. How are we doing population-wise here? I'm waiting to really build anything until this is pretty well maxed out. That way I can decide kind of where I want to go. I think, though, what we will do... What's this one here, too? This is...
Construction
We'll do a hall theater. We'll do that. And I think our housing's alright. Oh no, our housing's almost done, so I think we'll do a district as well. Now, one thing is with the planets themselves, as I get them, I'll probably set them to automatic here, and the AI will choose what building will best suit that planet for the ideals, depending on the sectors they're in, depending on various edicts and whatnot that I put into play, will determine on what buildings will be made up. But for right now, we'll just make our people a little bit happier with the Hall of Theater, and then we'll get some extra expanded room for people as they fill in. I am, of course, limited both to...
Star system charted.
I'm limited in two ways when it comes to planets. Number one is the amount of districts I can have. I'll have a set amount here that will show how many districts I can have on one planet. Like right now I have 5 left over, so if I put one here from the city district, that'll drop me to 4. So I could put one more district of each here, keep it all balanced out. That will zero this out unless I get a research or a tradition that will expand the actual district amount. And then down here, this is going to be limited by my overall population. For every 5 population I have, will open up one of these blocks. But obviously, after so long, people are going to be leaving to go to other worlds. There will be limits to how fast populations will occur at any given time. Speaking of which, we do have a couple of worlds here that are habitable. Right now, the yellow right here shows that we only have a 55% comfortability. Here we go. Let's go. Enough for something to cross over. Another metallic object.
Situation log updated.
Interesting. Closer look, scientists. Okay, yeah, so that's gonna have to be done. I think we're gonna have to do up another science ship because we're getting a fair amount of that coming in. But anyway, yellow here shows that we only have the 55% comfortability of landing and taking over this one planet here, which is okay. It'd be livable. We'd be able to do things with it. If it was a red planet, there'd be no point because that would only be maybe 20% effective. But these green planets, those are the ones we want. These are going to be like 80% and above, and this is going to be where we want to colonize, at least as much as we can. There will be options for us to terraform worlds, or if we come across another species that can inhabit a planet, then these will turn green to show, hey, what of our population can move here for this. We'll go ahead and we'll put down for a colony ship here so that we can colonize this planet here and have our second official solar system. After we get our science ship, of course. Speaking of science, however, we are getting close to our first few researchers there, but we're having to wait. Science ship there. They're going to be building up right here. So I think we'll go ahead. We've got our starting so far with our empire, with our Dynasty, Star Dynasty. So we haven't run into anyone yet. Made it very quick, very sloppy build. No real RP on this. I don't care to RP a lot in games like this. I may do it just for a little bit of fun here and there, but for me, it's all about the strategy and how I can work things either in my favor or against what the AI is doing against me. But in regards to Stellaris, this is definitely one of the more fun ones out there. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Hope to see you again, and welcome to the Vortex.